Hello, world. Hello, sports fans. This is the Sports Show. I am your host, Matt Frank. I am coming to you live, baby, from Yakima, Washington. And this is the second show. This is the second episode of a brand new show. Not just about me and my thoughts. It's about you and your thoughts. I want to hear it. And I created a show just for that reason. Not only do I love sports, I love talking about sports. And it makes me happy. You got to do what makes you happy in this world. And that's all that matters. So we can talk. We can talk live right now. I'm on YouTube. I am also on Facebook. And I am also on Twitter. Hit me up on Twitter, folks. It's pretty simple if you, got a computer and you've heard of the thing called the internet. That's good. So hit me up. I'm at Sports Show Matt on Twitter. Sports Show Matt. I'm also on Facebook on the generic name Matt Frank. And I'm going to be up on YouTube. And you can hit me up anytime. You can call me right now, live. And that number is 509-823-4443. That is 509-823-4443. And like I said, this is the second episode, baby. And we're going to be talking a lot of sports. How about that? A sports show that talks about sports. So, we're going to be talking about Tom Brady and the Patriots. We're going to be talking about Major League Baseball, who's going to make it to the World Series. We're going to be talking a little bit of golf, a little bit of the young pups coming up, maybe the old dogs that are probably on out the door, and much more. We're going to talk a little bit of football, because that's coming up, and anything else you want to talk about. At any time, leave comments, leave tweets, leave voicemails, mail me in the mail. I don't care. I want to still hear from you. If you don't like the show, you don't like me, you don't like sports, I don't give a damn. Let me know. I want to know. And it's as simple as that. So interact with me, chat with me, communicate with me, and I will communicate back with you. I love talking about sports. It's what I do. I've been thinking a lot lately, and I've been thinking about the Patriots. And first of all, I am a Seahawks fan. I want to let it be well known that yes, I'm a Seahawks fan. I have been born and raised in Washington State, and even though I may be a little bit biased, a little bit opinionated on my team, that's okay. I have a right to do so. If anyone cares to remember, the Seahawks sucked super bad for quite some time, and I was a part of that. And any other Seahawk fans was in this long drought of the Seahawks never, ever doing anything good. And even when they had a breath of life, it was sucker punched right out of them. So it is okay for me to sport my Seahawks hat and praise my team because I love it. And we'll talk about the Seahawks later, but I want it to be well known that not only do I like the Seahawks, but that doesn't matter at this show. Just because I like the Seahawks and that's my team doesn't mean that I'm going to dog another team or completely lift up the Seahawks above all other teams. In fact, everyone's got a fair chance out there, and there's a lot of success out there to be made and to be seen. Who's going to do it? Which teams are going to rise up? Which players are going to rise up? And that's what sports is all about. I love it. It fires me up. But, I wanted to talk about the Patriots and Tom Brady. If you've been around TV, internet, social media, or watching any kind of sports, anything, you've probably heard the word Deflategate. I think Deflategate is probably a household name at this point, and everyone seems to know about it. I think people are sick of hearing about it, but I think it's been talked about so much because of the magnitude of the player involved. Tom Brady is a household name. The Patriots is a household team, and what they've done in the past several years is quite amazing. But watching the Patriots, especially several years ago, if you guys remember, Spygate happened. That was when the Patriots were spying on other teams, getting information to get the upper hand on other teams during play, and now this has come up. And it's interesting to me. It's interesting to me that Tom Brady is going to fight this until the bitter end. He lawyered up. He's not saying a word. He's got rid of all evidence. He's playing dumb and just seeing how it all plays out. The league, the NFL, Roger Goodell, the commissioner of the league, has hammered down a 4-game suspension on Tom Brady starting this season. That means Tom Brady is not going to start for his team, which is kind of strange to think that like rookies like Jameis Winston or Marcus Mariota may have a touchdown thrown and completed before Tom Brady does this season. Think about it. That's a little strange, and that is trouble for the Patriots. I'm not too concerned about the Patriots due to the fact that their coach, Belichick, is about as good as it gets. And it seems like he's battled a lot of diversity, and he has overcome a little bit even more challenging things than Tom Brady not being controlling the show out there. Their backup quarterback, Garoppolo. I love that last name, Garoppolo. I don't know where that's from or anything like that, but I sure like the name. And it's interesting to see how he's going to react and how the rest of the team is going to have to pull through. That's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to have to really step up to the plate because their main guy is out the door. And I would be really surprised if the Patriots are going to do good from this. It's possible they go 0-4, but I guess we're just going to have to find out. And I think all the other teams in the league, especially teams like Miami Dolphins, and who are in the same league as them, are probably going to be okay with the suspension of Tom Brady. I think that's the only thing that's holding Miami Dolphins back in that division is Tom Brady. But there's a huge supporting cast in New England, and it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen. I guess we're going to find out. And we all remember the Super Bowl. Clearly, we all remember the Super Bowl as a Seahawks fan, and it was heartbreaking. That was actually the most exciting Super Bowl I have witnessed in quite some time. The last Super Bowl that I thought that was even remotely close to that was when Brady and Eli Manning battled it out. And Eli Manning, with that spectacular spin-around throw and that awesome catch, that was a good Super Bowl. And nothing really came close for me personally until this last year's Super Bowl. Even the Super Bowl before that when Seattle absolutely rolled over Denver. Yes, it was exciting, and it was great to see your team completely kick some butt out there, but I think it's better personally to have a more close game. And it was a nail-biter, literally right to the end. And why Russell Wilson threw that ball and why Pete Carroll made that decision or the specifics down to the wire, I guess we're never going to know. But this year is going to be pretty interesting. Everyone's got the Seahawks, expecting the Seahawks to repeat and go to the Super Bowl, for 3 years in a row, which has not been done for a while. I think Buffalo did it. I think Miami did it. And it hasn't been done in a very long time. So even if they make it and don't win, what an accomplishment! But I think they're gonna do quite well, and I think that they're going to have a great season. They got the best supporting cast that I can think of in football. Everybody is there. Having Jimmy Graham just adds to the awesomeness of the Seahawks. I hope their defense, performs the way that they usually perform. And I can't wait. I cannot wait to see what Marshawn Lynch does. Now, I'm not trying to think that I know a lot about sports, and it's all good. But last year, mark my words, I got witnesses. I said that the Patriots and the Seahawks are going to go to the Super Bowl. And I made that weeks and weeks, maybe even months before the Super Bowl was my prediction. I always have early predictions. I would love to hear your predictions on who's going to make it to the Super Bowl. I know it's well in advance. We haven't even hit preseason yet, but it's actually coming up in the next couple of weeks, so we're going to get preseason started. But even though it's way, way, way early, I don't care. I'm going to throw my prediction out right now, live on the sports show with Matt Frank. And my prediction is really simple. Yes, without getting too involved in my own team there, I believe the Seattle Seahawks have what it takes to get to the Super Bowl for the third time in a row. And I think, in my opinion, I'm going to add all the things together, and I believe that Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts are going to be the ones that are going to battle it out in the end. If anyone out there has been paying attention to Andrew Luck and his career at Indianapolis, you've seen a common trend where he starts out his first rookie year, he did okay. The next year, he went a little farther. The next year, he went even farther than that. So statistically, he's right there. He's about as healthy as it gets. He, in my opinion, is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And he got a new supporting cast. He got Frank Gore is going to be there. Fantastic. I love Chuck Pagano. Awesome coach. Awesome history there. And, with his health stuff, his health scares in the past, it makes me even respect him even more and of what he's done. And Indianapolis is going to be the team to watch, in my opinion. But those are the ones that are expected to win. You never know what's really going to happen. Every single year seems to be a surprise, and I hope some teams that aren't necessarily the ones on top last year that are going to shine this year. And I'm rooting for you guys. I'm rooting for you, Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah, I said it. I'm rooting for you, Cleveland Browns, Johnny Manziel. I can't wait to see what he's going to do. He went to rehab. I think that's very responsible and very mature of him to take that responsibility to get clean. And I hope he goes out there and shines. Last year, let's be honest, a little embarrassing. He got the money signs. I don't know about that. Never mind. I take it back. Do the money signs. I kind of like it now, actually. It's a little flashy. It's a little showboaty. But if you go out there and perform, and you perform well, I don't care what you do. You can do the chicken dance for all I care. As long as you go out there and win games and get that crowd going and get your team going, by all means, do whatever the heck you want. So Johnny Manziel, I hope you do awesome. I'm very interested and very curious on the rookies involved. Jameis Winston out of Florida State going to down south to the Buccaneers, who haven't done nothing for a long, long, long time. Had a horrible season last year. They had nothing. They had nothing. I do like their coach, Lovie Smith. Hey, with a name like Lovie, how could you go wrong with that? And I like their coach. And so, although I think that he's still a head coach, and as far as I'm concerned, I haven't heard anything else, so I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure he's there. But it's interesting. Number 1 draft pick. Oh, what a lot of pressure on you there. Everyone says that you're the best, you're the best, you're the best. Now you go out there and see if you can run with the big dogs. I can't wait to see it. And so good luck to you, Mr. Winston. And forget the past. Forget the past. That's always going to be dragging on to him. But I think if he succeeds and if he goes and he just sticks with it and just lets that past go, I'm not saying that what the past that he dealt with at Florida State doesn't matter. That's not what I'm saying. It's a very serious thing. I'm just saying that I hope that he just goes out there and plays football is all I'm saying. And Marcus Mariota. Now, I am a Washington State sports fan. It is clear. Love the Huskies. Love the Cougars. Love the Gonzaga Bulldogs. And we don't necessarily mesh with the Oregon Ducks. Not necessarily. But I'm an Oregon Duck fan. And Mariota came out of Oregon with Chip Kelly as there. And I wish Mariota went to Philadelphia with Chip Kelly. I know there's a lot of strings that need to be pulled and a lot of things that have to happen for that to take place. But it didn't work out. That's okay. But Philadelphia is going to be interesting to watch. They got Murray now from the Cowboys. Wow. I don't know why the Cowboys wanted to let him go. Whatever, that's their deal, but I think that's going to be a huge increase, positive thing for Philadelphia. What I cannot understand about Philly is the quarterback situation. Basically, long story short, breaking it down, Philadelphia and St. Louis swap quarterbacks, but here's the kicker. They're both injured. Nick Foles was in Philly. Sam Bradford was in St. Louis. And they swapped. I don't know who got on the phone and says, hey, look, I got a quarterback. He's been injured. You got a quarterback. He's been injured. Let's swap to injured quarterbacks. Whatever. Maybe they know something that I don't know. Sam Bradford had a knee injury, multiple knee injuries, I believe. I think he had knee injuries, ACL issues. Foles, I believe, had shoulder issues. And both have been out even from last year and even the year prior for Bradford. So it's kind of weird to me that they did that. And then Tim Tebow's down there. And I believe they still got Sanchez. So what Chip Kelly is doing, whatever mastermind he's got going on, what other potions and left and rights and all this stuff, it's kind of weird. And then they have a whole bunch of racism talks going down there about Chip Kelly not liking black players, which is a kind of goofy because, you know, the NFL's got a whole bunch of black players and they just so happen to be the best athletes in the world, let's face it. And so for him not to get along with athletes when he's been around African-American athletes majority of his adult life as a coach, it's ridiculous. I think it's just a news story, PR move, whatever. I don't know. But I am psyched to see what's going to take place this year with the NFL. But currently, here we are yapping about the NFL, but we got Major League Baseball going on right now, and All-Star break already happened. Halfway season's already through. It's now down to the home stretch. What are the two teams who are going to battle it out in the end? I want to hear your thoughts. Hit me up on Twitter. It's Sports Show Matt on Twitter. Sports Show Matt. I'm on Facebook under Matt Frank. I'm going to be on YouTube under the Sports Show with Matt Frank. Leave me a comment. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Who is going to win the World Series? Right now, the leaders, you got the Yankees on top. You got the Kansas City Royals on top. You got the Houston Astros on top. You got the St. Louis Cardinals leading their division. LA Dodgers are leading their division. And the New York Mets are playing great. Hey, I think they got 58 wins right now, 59 wins-ish. That's good. That's not too bad. You got several teams already with 60 wins already. And the leader, the best record in Major League Baseball right now is the St. Louis Cardinals. I think they are rocking almost 70 wins, 69 I think as of today. But if you look on paper, who's going to take it? It's hard to say. But I think I'm betting on the best record team who's got way more wins than everyone else, and that's the St. Louis Cardinals. All the other teams seem to be dragging by. I mean, I think they got 9 more wins than anybody else. I think Yankees are up there. Oh, I think Astros has got a higher record as well. But nevertheless, it's going to be a doozy watching down the home stretch. If you look at the standings, it's interesting. It's possible, I'm just saying it's possible, that there could be a New York versus New York World Series. There also can be a LA versus LA World Series, as both Yankees and Mets and Angels and Dodgers are in opposite divisions from American League and National League. So it's happened before. We've seen a New York World Series. We've seen a Chicago World Series. So I don't know, for those cities involved, shoot, you can't win. Who are you going to vote for? I want to know. I want to hear your thoughts. Hit me up, because really, this show's a whole lot of nothing without you guys. And I know it's a brand new show, but I wanted to kickstart this with some interaction. No matter where you live in this country, if you see this video, I want to hear your feedback on everything. And we're going to include all sports. That's including bowling, badminton, croquet, everything. All the sports that you can think of, we're gonna just jam pack them all, and I want to hear about it. Like golf, there's a good spin to change tunes there. Golf, the best sport to watch on television. Actually, I love watching golf on television. And poor Tiger Woods, man, whatever happened to fist pumping at the after the pump? Tiger Woods with the smile on his face and that drive. He's almost kind of disconnected himself from golf, in my opinion. And I think everyone's rooting for him to have his final times and his final years and his final matches successful. But man, he's on a drought. Half the time he doesn't even make the cuts for the tournaments, and I don't know. It's sad. It's great for what he's done to the game. He's totally changed the game of golf, but I don't think he's ever going to get back to where the Tiger that we saw before. And I missed that Tiger. And now it's the young guys coming up. I believe the number one ranking golfer right now is Rory McIlroy, young guy. Jordan Spieth, he's another young pup going out there, just won the Masters. Good for him. Guess how much money, in like 2 seconds, guess how much money Jordan Spieth won for winning the Masters. He's in his early 20s, by the way, and this is a tournament. How much? Just guess. Yes? Okay. $1.8 million. $1.8 million to play golf and win. If that is not an incentive and inspiration to get out there and swing a golf club, then I don't know what is. And these athletes today are making crazy amount of money. Russell Wilson signing the $87.5 million contract, $60 million of it guaranteed. Keep in mind, folks, last year was making $1.5 million a year, and this year he got quite a bit of a boost, quite a bit of a raise, and rightfully so. I am excited that Seattle sports is finally buckling down and paying top-notch athletes so they could stay in Seattle. I mean, we could just go on down the line of the athletes who started their career in Seattle and left all because of money. Alex Rodriguez, out the door, money. Ken Griffey Jr., home run hero, out the door. Randy Johnson, Hall of Famer pitcher, just got inducted in the Hall of Fame, out the door. Ichiro, out the door. The Supersonics, the Seattle Supersonics left all because of money, and it just drives me nuts that these stars get their chance in Seattle, and then another team shows up and then throws money in their face, and these guys are gone. And these athletes are household names. They are legends in their respected sport, and half of them started in Seattle. It blows my mind. But I'm glad that we finally invested in a superstar, in Russell Wilson. He's going to be our quarterback for the next 4 years. That is like a fresh glass of water and fresh air right there to know that guy, that athlete is going to be there for a while. And, we've seen a curse, so to speak, in quarterbacks or athletes who get paid a buco bunch of money and then go out there and flop it. And so we've seen this happen in like Jay Cutler. And I'm not trying to dog on Jay Cutler. I think he's a great quarterback. Clearly he's a great quarterback because he's in the National Football League. But the dude got paid, and there wasn't a whole lot of results. People get a little bit ticked off, and rightfully so. So you pay the guy who's doing the best, and you expect them to go out there and perform. So cheers, Russell Wilson. You got paid. If Russell Wilson can go out there and do what he did in the past couple seasons at minimum wage, so to speak, in the NFL, can you imagine how he's going to perform with the confidence of that amount of money? I hope he doesn't try too hard. That's what I hope for Mr. Wilson, that he doesn't think that he's got to go try out there and be Superman. All Russell Wilson needs to do is just be himself. Russell Wilson, you just be Russell Wilson, and everyone just do their job. You got a great supporting cast there. Let them do their job. I hope he does not get hurt. That would bring tears to my eyes, literally, to see that man get dragged off the field in a cart and ruin his career. And so let's knock on all the woods around us, and we know that's not going to happen. He's a fantastic athlete, and I can't wait to see this year and what's going to happen. What are your thoughts, folks? Let me know. I'm up on Twitter, Sports Show Matt on Twitter. You could hit me up on the live phone line, open right now. I have yet to have a phone call. I can't beg everybody, but I can sure just, throw it out there. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to put people up on speakerphone. I know, crazy technology that I'm going to push the speakerphone button to hear your guys' thoughts, but I want to chat. And so hit me up. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think. We'll see what the next show brings. And, hey, thank you for being a part of the sports show. The second episode, first one's out the door. We talked about women in sports. I still haven't heard a whole lot of comments. So it's still going to be open on there. Which ones are the best women athletes and women team of 2015? In the first episode, we talked about the Women's World Cup team. I believe Ronda Rousey and Serena Williams. Which team or woman gets the top spot for the female athlete in 2015? I want to know. Who's going to win the World Series? I want to know. Who is going to win the Super Bowl? Is it too early to talk about it? No, it ain't too early. I really want to talk about it, and I really want to hear your guys' opinion. So thank you again for listening. Stay tuned for episode 3, and thank you. This is the Sports Show. Signing off, Matt Frank, live from Yakima, Washington. Peace.